Welcome back to Great Day. Imagine receiving a message on Facebook from a sibling you never knew you had. That story inspired playwright Robert Askins to write The Carpenter, which sheds light on one family's untold secrets. Here to tell us more about it are cast members Valerie Mudick and Wade McCullum. Good morning.
Good morning.
This is a nice, juicy plot. This is the great thing about plays, is that they're all inspired by something, and this one's got a different twist to it than some we've seen. There's love stories and all that type of stuff, but give us the background behind how this play came about.
Right, so during the workshop of this production, the playwright mentioned to us that he discovered from Facebook that he had a brother he did not know. And he said, there's another version of the play that's full of angst and all of that, but he decided to make a comedy.
Yeah.
And so this play is pretty much like the most wild, comedic romp on that theme you could imagine.
So as an actor, you sit down and you look at the whole premise and the whole idea and your role. And so what attracted you to this one? What made you smile like you're smiling right now?
Well, Robert Askins is a brilliant writer, first of all. So when I read the script, I couldn't believe how incredibly brilliant. I mean, he's a genius, let's be honest. He's one of the best living writers we have. So that's what attracted me to the role.
I love one of the best living writers because Shakespeare's been gone a while.
Just a while.
Yeah.
So yeah, the script, and then meeting the cast, I was like, this is the greatest group of people.
Yeah.
And the story is, like she said, there's a lot of, there's darkness in it in terms of family secrets, but he's dealt with it in the most lighthearted, incredible way.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's so funny. So.
But it's also reflective of life. I mean, what's happening in this play is happening with a lot of people right now who are either reconnecting on Facebook or doing the ancestry and finding out that, wow, we have some extras in the family reunion next year, right?
Yeah.
It's very cool. But you touched on something that I think, what I love and I think is so wonderful about theater. It is the ultimate teamwork. You're on the same word at the same time, right? You have to work together. And so you take us behind the scene of kind of how that works. That first day you show up, you may or may not know the other people you're working with, and how it just gels all of a sudden, and then it becomes what we see on stage.
Yeah, I feel like everyone in this play, I think you probably agree, was cast perfectly for their role. So it just sort of like flowed out. And depending night to night with the audiences, we all have different rhythms in the play. It's constructed so perfectly that we all just kind of like, you almost feel like someone's swinging a rope and you just hold on and it gets faster and faster and faster and then the play is over.
Yeah, that's the great thing about live theater, is that the energy of the room changes, which means the play kind of changes. And so to get out there and when something goes wrong, show must go on, right? And that's way you know your role, but you have to know the other person's role as well.
Yeah.
So it's very cool in that sense. All right, so who is The Carpenter for? It's obviously mature audiences, but what are you hoping people get out of this?
Well, I mean, we had a talk back last night after the show, and a woman had come who had discovered that she had a half-sister she didn't know about, which is the plot of the play.
Right.
And so that was an amazing synchronicity. I think it's for people who want to have a really great night, a lot of laughter. I mean, there's laughs in this play that are some of the longest laughs I've ever experienced.
Some of those Carol Burnett moments where you have to pause and wait for people to stop laughing.
Yes,
yeah, I love that.
And this one here, we act opposite. I play the Carpenter who comes in and the half-brother, the secret half-brother, and there's
and you
some
play
scenes
bride to be, right?
I can't with this one. She's too funny.
It was similarly like you have that little thing like in your stomach where you're like on stage and you're playing the scene, but it's like you're like sort of laughing, but it's like way in the inside.
Yeah, deep down, right? Why did you decide to get into theater?
It's just sort of like one of those calling type things. I've just always done it. I was always.
You were that girl in school?
I was that girl.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
And so here I am, still doing it.
Yeah.
So.
All right, for you?
Same. I mean, I feel like I was built for it. Yeah, I spent some of my childhood in Ashland, Oregon, which is home of the Oregon Shakespeare Festival. And I have to say, that's probably a large reason why during those formative years I fell into the theater.
Yeah. There are people who will never go on to do, theater professionally, but I think kids, I encourage them to do it. I did it for a little bit in high school, and that was it. And it kind of lends, kind of rolls into the job I have right now. But what skill set do you think kids will get if they're never looking at being on Broadway, if they're just in school looking for an extracurricular activity to do?
I think empathy is a huge part of the experience of acting, stepping into someone else's shoes, learning a story of someone else's experience.
Yeah.
Empathy and collaboration. I think that's one of the main amazing sort of cross-applicable technical
Yeah.
things you learn is how to work with everybody.
Yeah.
And we're creating something, like you said, that it happens as a group. And so community building, collaboration, empathy, compassion, all those yummy things.
New experiences, because neither one of you are from Texas.
That's true.
But there's a song that had to be learned. and we're all gonna help them out here. Okay, so here we go. The stars are bright.
The stars at night are big and bright.
Okay, see, I messed up. Like the stars are bright. Okay, that's not the stars at night are big and bright. Deep in the heart of Texas. Okay, good. All right. Seems like I need to learn that song as well. But anyway, well, welcome to Texas. And we have the Alley Theater. You've done Broadway before, correct?
Not yet.
Yeah, but you're heading there. But it's funny because I have my friends who've done Broadway who have come down to the Alley and said, wow. You know, we think that Broadway is it. You got it right here in Houston as well.
Seriously.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, too. The Carpenter is playing now through February 10th at the Alley Theater. This play is recommended for mature audiences 18 and up. For more information and tickets, log on to greatdayhouston.com.